Windsurfing fitness. At the high levels of the game, windsurfers can be considered endurance athletes. Windsurfing is cross-training. Many top sailors use windsurfing for fitness to make them better sailors, and because it's just flat out fun. As a testament to the fun that is windsurfing, after a full day of laser slalom and epic San Francisco Bay conditions, the winner decided to go windsurfing afterwards to really have fun on the water. This is not the winner, but it is Brad Funk doing some pretty crazy stuff on a laser and some pretty terrific conditions. I think he's trying to make it a windsurfer. It looks pretty cool. Go Brad. Nice stuff. So when I first learned that Scott Steele beat out the track stars, the bicyclists, the swimmers for the title of most in-shape athlete, I was blown away. How many people knew that a sailor was deemed the most in-shape athlete out of a large pool of athletes that frequent the training center? This is 1984 at the Olympic Training Center in the Summer Olympics. Cool stuff. I know this isn't a purely technical crowd. I'm making the bold assumption that people know that you can do searches on the internet using Google. What people might not know is there's a really cool program called Cool Iris that can give you your results from Google in picture form instead of words and text. When I do a search on fitness in Google using the program called Cool Iris, I'm instantly inundated with millions of pictures from the internet regarding fitness. Most of the pictures are bodybuilding and weightlifting. If I look hard enough, I can find swimming, biking, and other sports people associate with endurance, but no windsurfing. I want to see Scott Steele. Even with all the strides we've made in improving sailing's image, Google does not document sailing as a fitness sport. So why should windsurfing be regarded as a fitness sport or an endurance sport? Has anyone ever heard of Dean Karnazes? Dean is an amazing athlete. Dean has a resting pulse rate of 39. In 2006, he completed 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days. Then ran 1,300 miles from New York City to St. Louis as a cool down. He ran a 135-mile ultramarathon across Death Valley in 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Dean is the only person to run a marathon to the South Pole in minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Dean was ranked by Time magazine as one of the top 100 most influential people in the world. Dean's also a windsurfer from the San Francisco Bay. Dean knows fitness. Dean studied the fitness aspects of windsurfing in depth. His findings showed that windsurfing in light winds and low swells while being hooked to your harness was basically equivalent to a slow walk. Now, windsurfing in strong winds and large chop takes the heart rate up to an aggressive game of soccer level. This is classified as a high-intensity workout. Windsurfing in strong winds, doing frequent transitions, and minimal harness use, Dean's heart rate was not only elevated to a high-intensity level, but it was also maintained at this high level for the duration of the session. So Dean thought windsurfing was a great workout. This is some pretty cool footage from the 2004 U.S. National Championships in Slalom, San Francisco Bay. These guys are getting a great workout. Okay, so windsurfing is tough in strong winds. How is that different than sailing a high-performance dinghy in high winds? I mean, Anna Tunnicliffe is one tough woman, and I'm sure she's probably doing a high-intensity workout in strong winds too. So let's double-click on this. Let's compare and contrast windsurfing to sailing from a fitness point of view. Let's start with the basics. According to Dean Karnazes, muscle contractions can be isometric, isotonic, and isokinetic. Look at this weightlifter, and we'll see examples of each of these. Isometric is static contraction. That occurs when a muscle is supporting a static load, like the weightlifter's legs. His stomach muscles are basically supporting his legs. He's not trying to move his legs up, he's just kind of trying to support them there, but his muscles are definitely contracting in an isometric way. Isotonic is dynamic contraction. That's shortening or lengthening of a muscle under a load. That's the weightlifter's biceps. They're contracting and they're shortening. Isokinetic movement are muscle contractions that are resisted by a force that increases its resistance as the muscle further contracts. What the heck does that mean? That's like sheeting in during a gust where the gust is increasing its force while you're sheeting in sailing. So physiologists can create basic vector models to quantify the physical work a given isotonic contraction generates. Okay, let's have a little fun here. It's a little quiz. I'm going to show you a vector model, and you tell me if you can identify the activity. Deal? What's this? Okay, that's our good sailor. Not getting much of a workout there. Not much contractions going on at all. Okay, what's this? Okay, this is an easy one. Note that this is primarily an isometric and isotonic with no isokinetic contractions. I'm guessing Dean Karnazes would have to juggle some pretty heavy props to call this a high-intensity workout. So what's this? Kind of looks like dancing or boxing or something like that. An activity like this is going to wear out a person pretty fast. In this sequence, one can see examples of isometric, isotonic, and isokinetic muscle contractions. Note how almost all the large muscle groups are being used in this sequence. The larger muscle groups being used in an aggressive way are going to require more oxygen consumption by the lungs and a higher heart rate. Wow, that was windsurfing. Cool. Dean Karnazes says an argument can be made that windsurfing involves each type of muscle contraction, which is a pretty strong argument for the merits of windsurfing as an excellent fitness apparatus. Another scientific study showed that windsurfing is a mix of dynamic and static contractions. Okay, so what about light air sailing? Dean Karnazes already said this is like a slow walk. So scientists have actually found that windsurfing in light air can actually be an even better workout than in medium or heavy air. How can that be? This is where we reference the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's one of my favorite quotes. The ultimate answer to the life, the universe, and everything is 42. Douglas Adams. For the first 3 Olympics that involved windsurfing, Los Angeles 84, Seoul 88, and Barcelona 92, Rule 42 prohibited pumping in windsurfing. Since November of 92, pumping has been allowed in windsurfing competitions. This was a big change. What this means is that windsurfing in light air is actually more taxing physically than sailing in heavy air. If you thought windsurfing was a great workout in heavy air, it's an even better workout in light air. Surprisingly, racing in light air is the best workout as compared to medium or heavy air. An in-depth study from 2003 on 10 elite windsurfers who competed in national championship level competitions showed that post-racing lactate concentration was higher in light wind compared to medium wind. That meant the light air races were harder to do on your body and heart rate than the medium air races. So, Olympic windsurfing can be compared to other sports. It can be called an efficient active recovery stage, or compared to an efficient active recovery stage of cycling and swimming, where you're basically using 75 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. That's like the upwind leg for windsurfing. For the downwind leg, it gets even tougher. Olympic windsurfing can be compared to a 2,000-meter sculling event, where 90 to 95% of the maximum heart rate's going on for about 6.5 minutes. So why does this matter? Dean Karnazes says increasingly exercise physiologists are realizing the importance of good aerobic conditioning for maximum performance of all sports, not just those specifically dealing with endurance. Good aerobic conditioning allows the muscles to work more efficiently, allows greater oxygen uptake, and helps delay the onset of fatigue. Thank you, Dean Karnazes. It doesn't surprise me at all that after his Olympic windsurfing career, Teddy Wong from the USA decided to become a very successful professional cyclist. Windsurfing is a super cross-training workout, keeping athletes close to the water and in touch with the condition. It can also attract the fitness addicts. Snow skiers sick of fees, bicyclists sick of cars, your swimmers, your triathletes. It's a great workout. Thank you very much.